it's Miss Heidi. Today we are going to look at another fun switch activity for art, and it is going to be the Swirl Art spin art maker from Enabling Devices. You can also purchase for probably a lot less money as a battery interrupter, and as spin art you just need to make sure that the spin art is battery operated and not a hand kind of crank or pull, or it won't work. So that's a way to do it that's a little bit less expensive. But let's look at this. I want to talk today. We're going to be using proximity switches. And I want to talk a little bit about proximity switches because when you're working with someone with dystonia, often to use a mechanical switch, such as this, there's kind of a wind up and hit, and then they kind of bounce off. And with the proximity switches, you see some really nice, smooth, controlled movement happening. Beauty of these is you can put them anywhere. They don't have to touch them. So if it's a student that you're looking at, eventually moving forward to two-step scanning for a communication device, and head is where they really have the most control. Typically, our head control develops first, so that's a great place to put something. You can mount it to where it's there so they can access it. I'm going to be in the demo doing it with my hands so you can see it, but let's get started. So I have my Swirl Art Maker here. I have my paint colors. Looks like I have purple, green, yellow, blue, and red. So a couple of ways you can incorporate this with communication is, let's get this where you can see it, is you can ask the child, you can work on those yes/no head movements, or you can say, do you want red? And wait. And then on our button, I have recorded,
I want that one.
So you can say, do you want blue? And they could say,
I want that one.
Okay, so with, let's see if I can get this where you can see it. With the proximity switch, there is a receiver that needs to be plugged into your switch toy, just like with any other switch toy, by a connector cable. And then you have your proximity switch. I'm going to put it right here, but it could be across the room or wherever you have it mounted for your student to use it. Probably for this, you want to be close up. The other thing is with this, the spinner is going to spin as long as I've made contact. Let me move this one over here so you can see that I'm not making contact with that one. So you can see that and it goes faster the longer I make contact, and then it spins for a while afterwards. So we've got our AAC.
I want that one.
Okay, I've got my blue. I'm going to say, all right, let's make it spin. There we go. Let's see what it looks like. These are new, so the tips have not been cut off, but you would certainly cut off the tops of your own. Since this is something we loan out, I'm not going to cut them off right now. Oh, so now we've got some blue. So we could go around. Do you want a different color? And if you get a head nod yes, you can put, okay, do you want yellow? Let's see, what about green? I'm going to say,
I want that one.
We live in Seahawks country up here, so let's see. I'm going to get it opened. And I'm going to say, okay, make it spin. All right, let's see how it looks. Ooh, they're glittery. So obviously if the hole was poked here, it would have worked much better. But that's kind of how that works. I always think it's great if you can incorporate an activity and you can have some type of autonomous communication with it. Now you want to remember when you're asking them to activate the switch, you're not saying hit the switch, because the switch is not the activity. The activity is what you're doing. So we're going to make it spin. And that's what you do to hit that. Again, you could record anything on here. It could be okay, pour it, you know, if you wanted to do that. There are lots of, if you want to create like a big spin art, there are some do-it-yourself kind of videos out there where you actually mount a drill and you can put bigger pieces of paper and canvas on there. So there's lots of crazy fun things that you can do with spin art, and it could be a collage they make for art class, or you know, just a really great way to authentically engage them in whatever's going on in the classroom.